Hey, what's going on, guys? This is a quick little video on the big tuner update we got. It's a big 2.5 gigabyte file, and some of it includes some stuff on goalies, so I want to cover it. And the first thing you're going to notice is in the class selection menu, it lists the height and the weight. I didn't notice that before. 6'1", 200 pounds. I didn't know goalies were 6'1". That's new news to me, so I'm hoping they didn't change the height because it was fine before. Anyway, I don't think they did. The next thing that got updated was ESHL club challenges. So now you can challenge another club from a dressing room, and that's great news. That's great news for the LG Pro Series over on Xbox. Now we can finally play another club if we want to again, if we have a good game. The only thing is it doesn't count for or against your record. It only counts towards your player progression. That's meaning his badge level and personal stats and stuff like that. So it's not going to count as an official game, but that's fine. ESHL AI goalies. AI goalie attributes will be lowered where a player-controlled goalie drops from the game. So if you disconnect, or if you quit because you're losing, you're upset or whatever, or the other goalie does, that CPU goalie is not going to be as good as it used to be, which is great. It's going to make it fair because the CPU goalie is unbelievable. You have to play a completely different style against them. So that's great news. Next, addressed issue where goalie butterfly slides weren't overriding precision movement. Now, I never came across that, I don't think. That's an interesting thing. We're going to have to see if we notice anything different in the gameplay because I've never heard of that before. Next, addressed issue where some players would be stuck in goalie control after making a pass as a goalie. That's for versus mode, I'm pretty sure, so that's not going to apply to us in ESHL. Next, added butterfly slides out of both VH and hug post to make sure it's easier to slide across the crease out of those positions. So I'll show you here in a second. You hug the post, boom. You can now do a butterfly slide off the post. That's awesome. I think that's the biggest part of this update. So let's try and get on the post here. Boom, butterfly slide. That's going to make saving passes out from the corner a lot easier. That's great. I'm really glad they added that in there. The only thing I'm going to have to get used to is not using the right stick to just come off the post a little bit, which I was doing, just kind of cheating that way. But anyway, next, user-controlled goalies will now face the puck carrier earlier as it is carried towards them. That's interesting. I didn't know that there was anything wrong with that, but it sounds like our puck tracking ability is going to get a bit of a boost, which we always need. Next, goalies now receive the puck more cleanly with their stick from a standing position. So I'm assuming playing the puck will be a little easier. And when we're just standing here not doing anything, you know how sometimes your goalie just plays the puck on a low shot for whatever reason. Maybe that'll be more clean. I don't know. The next thing is puck can no longer be chopped if the stick goes through the goalie first. So that they have the same as pokechecks. So I'm assuming that just means players can't chop a loose puck that's sitting in the goalie's pads, maybe. That'd be nice. It's kind of frustrating when you get pucks poked through your pads when it's just sitting in your 5-hole and you can't do anything about it, right? Next, they added more conditions in goalie interference logic to increase accuracy to the calls for both allowed and disallowed goals. So that's nice. So, I mean, I never really felt like I got cheated on something, but it's just nice to be more accurate. The next thing, specifically the goalies, that I'm going to show after this video is they added a bunch of new pads and like little cosmetic items. I think they added like 15 or 50. Sorry, but oh, there we go. Poked it through my pads. Anyway, they added new pads, blockers and trappers, Brian Sub-Zero 3, Vaughn Vintage Goalies pads, Von Ventus LT98 goalie pads, and a CCM 4-roll Pro 3 glove. So I think that last one was for players, but whatever, that's still pretty cool. They also added female faces. And next, let's cover some of the other things they fixed specifically with gameplay. So increase the chances of trip when spamming pokecheck from behind the puck carrier. Now, if you remember correctly, they did that update like, I don't know, last month, and it was crazy. Everyone was complaining about all the poke spamming and how many penalties they're getting. Well, they said on the forums specifically that this is a very subtle update, so it's not going to be quite as insane as the last time. They also said they added ability for players to lose speed the more they spam poke check. So you can't just smash R1 and expect to keep up with the puck here. You're going to fall behind them now. Pokechecks will now only connect with the strength on the way out. So when your stick thrusts forward, that's when it's going to be most effective. It no longer is as effective on the way back in towards your player. Let's see, there's some updates to the AI. Addressed issue where AI player would get full powered pass without powering up first after a user called for pass. So maybe we're not going to see crazy touch passes anymore. The AI will no longer auto pass when a player does a manual wind up for a shot outside the offensive zone. That's good. That's some stuff that definitely needed to be fixed. Increase the effective pass reception slider and gameplay settings. That's interesting. It sounds like a little bit of an offensive boost. Hopefully that doesn't mean passes are going to start going through our players more. Fixed issues where AI players wouldn't avoid their own net properly without the puck or with the puck. You know, sometimes when the AI skates towards you, they get a little too close to your net, and sometimes they'll actually put it in your net. So happy to see that fix. Added more conditions. Oh yeah, sorry, we are. Fixed button call out for accepting fights when using hybrid controls. I don't know who still uses hybrid controls, but hey, that's nice. Weak side AI defender won't look to hit the puck here when they're outside the shot, so AI defense got a little bit of a boost. They're already pretty good, but that's nice to see. That could be just also for a versus update. Let's see. Ooh, playing the puck, nice and clean. Pass it up the ice, turn it over, ice it, whatever. Not a big deal. AI will look for hits during in-zone defense even if they don't have a great angle. This will allow AI players to bump a player off the puck even when the puck carrier has their back to them. Interesting. So AI defense definitely got a boost. It looks like human defense did not get as much of a boost, but that's okay. And so that's all I'm going to cover. They changed some stuff in Be a Pro. They also changed some stuff in Be a GM, coach feedback, and on-ice trainer, and the presentation. Sorry, they added a bunch of third jerseys. So that's all I'm going to cover. I'm going to go meet you guys in the main menu. I'm going to show you the challenge lobby. I'm going to show you the new goalie pads. So I'll see you guys there. Hey guys, we're back in the main menu. Now let's take a look here. We got the club challenge lobby. It's different than online seasons, as you'll see, because they're not official games. And if we go in here, we're not going to be able to challenge a club because it's just me. But you can see now that it tells you if you have any challenge requests available. And you can go in here, and I'm assuming you can challenge a club when you have more than 2 players, I'm assuming. Right? Let's just search for clubs. Alright, so there's 2 clubs on. They look like they're both 5s clubs, but anyway. Going back, we're going to go to the custom goalie pads. There's some pretty nice ones. I'm using one of the custom ones right now. The Vaughn Vintage goalie pads. I think they look sick. So customize pro, goalie, and change equipment. And as you'll see here when it loads up, these are the Vaughn Vintage goalie pads, blocker and trapper. So let's go down here. As you can see, Vaughn Vintage sock. I love it. It's awesome. It reminds me of, as it says, vintage sock. It's like those stirrups in baseball with the stripes on it. Pretty old school, pretty cool. The other Vaughn was the Ventus LT98. As you can see those here, I bet some people could get pretty creative with these. And let's move up. I like the Brian's one. Where is it? Brian Sub-Zero Pro 3. These things look really cool. I'd love to do something with these. Maybe in the next, or the next custom goalie pad video we'll use these. Who knows? And also did we get a CCM one? I thought we did, but maybe not. No, I don't think we did. I think that's just a player hockey gloves. But let's go back here, and we're going to look at the custom faces, because females got a bunch of different custom faces. So I'll just scroll through them. Here we go. Just gonna keep rotating. Nice short hair one there. I always find it funny, the guys who like to play as a female. Nothing wrong with that, but Could be a little offensive at times. Oh my god, I'm getting dizzy. Looks like a Justin Bieber haircut, that last one. Ah, see, these are nice. I think it's about time we got these. I mean, females have had those, like, what, 2 faces to pick from? 3 faces, was it? I think it was only 2. This is all good. I don't know, I mean, hopefully this wasn't their first priority, but, you know, it's good to see that. It's about time. They should have had that when they first implemented female faces. I don't know why they only did 2. Alright, so that's it for this video, guys. I'm not going to go over the custom jerseys, or not custom jerseys, sorry. There's no custom jerseys. I'm not going to go over the new 3rd jerseys, or the new home and away jerseys, or anything else having to do with Be a Pro or anything like that. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys next time.